The Atlanta Concert Band has prepared this audio-visual version of our concert program for your convenience. Why So Serious? Celebrates music that pokes fun at the traditional and embraces the wacky side of life. We start with a trip back in time to the golden age of television cartoons. Bill Holcomb's arrangement of cartoon classics, Looney Tunes, will bring back memories of Saturday morning schedules that included Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck and the Roadrunner. In cartoon, Paul Hart captures the essence of the cat and mouse chase made famous by characters like Tom and Jerry. Next, we move from melody to parody. In Used Illusions, Jay Batsner crafts a musical composition inspired by Guns N' Roses' Locomotive, November Rain, and Sweet Child of Mine. Using the glissando flute, our guest soloist uses the glissando head joint to transform the classic flute into a whammy guitar-like rock flute with this parody of the heavy metal rock band Guns N' Roses. Our musical satire does not stop here. You have probably heard of Johann Sebastian Bach. He wrote classic music like the Brandenburg Concertos and the Well-Tempered Clavier. He had a son, Carl Philipp Emanuel Bach. He wrote sonatas in C major, F major, D minor and so on. CPE, the Berlin Bach, is not to be confused with his brother Johann Christian Bach, the London Bach. J.C. wrote mainly concertos. Opus 13, 3, 1 and 7 and so on. But did you know, J.S. Bach, the famous Bach, had another son? Professor Peter Schickel pays tribute to the lost Bach, PDQ in Serenade for an Awful Lot of Winds and Percussions. PDQ's works are so obscure, it's almost as if Schickel made him up to gain publicity. I was unable to find any original works by PDQ. In 1946, in the animation Rhapsody Rabbit, Bugs took to the stage with a riveting rendition of Franz Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody. Today, we will try to recreate that momentous performance. Only, our version is missing the rivets. What happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. But we have recently come across news that we absolutely must share with you. In the heyday of the Las Vegas of Elvis and the Rat Pack, an event occurred that very few people have heard about. Thanks to musical historian Eric Whitacre, the truth has now come out. In the 1960 unregistered trademark Las Vegas was invaded by the mega lizard Godzilla. Whitacre captures the events of this visit by the silver screen superstar in his arrangement Godzilla Eats Las Vegas. We truly hope you enjoy Todai unregistered trademark's concert full of parody and satire. And with all satire, you should let your better judgment help you tell fact from fiction. Our program will begins with Looney Tunes Overture arranged by Bill Holcomb. Next, we perform Cartoon by Paul Hart. Then, guest soloist Tammy Yance joins the band in Used Illusions by Jay Batsner. Then we perform a little no work by Bach's lost son PDQ named Serenade for an Awful Lot of Winds and Percussion. Hungarian Rhapsody by Franz Liszt in next. And we end the concert with Godzilla Eats Las Vegas by Eric Whitacre, narrated by David Silverman. Tammy Evans Yance, an Atlanta native, is a flutist, collaborative musician, writer, and professor. She is a dedicated new music performer who is particularly interested in the commissioning and teaching of new music. Dr. Yance has commissioned over a dozen works involving flute, many with a specific focus on creating new music for the glissando head joint. Dr. Yance is assistant professor of music at South Dakota State University, where she teaches applied flute, woodwind pedagogy, and courses in musicology. A first prize winner of the Atlanta Flute Club Young Artist Competition. She holds degrees in flute performance from Kennesaw State University, Indiana University, and the University of Georgia.